Oh yeah, done. No. Happy early Thanksgiving, everyone. Come on. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Whew. Got it. What's up, boys? Boy. I just shaved my mustache today by accident. Went to trim it. Went to the other side, fucked it up, so now it's gone. I mean, it's still kind of there, but pretty sad. Happens every time I try to trim it. Come on, coffee. Dang. I've only had 2 cups today. I'm dying. I'm terrible headache. Shit. God damn it. The fucking thing's broken. So, dudes, do you have any questions? Ask them. I'm gonna try to hit 600 behind the back ox squat today, or ox lift, whatever you want to call it. So 550 was super easy yesterday. There we go. Oh, black gold. Cheers. Happy early Thanksgiving, everyone. Shit, what just this? I put this on top of something. What's everyone up to tonight? Anyone doing anything cool? I'm just lifting, obviously. There. Lower back hurts lifting heavy. Should I wear a belt? Hurts most on barbell cheat rows. You're probably not bracing very well if it's turning on rows, or letting it round. Wearing belts off, definitely a good idea. I always advise wearing belts, but you're probably just fucking something up, honestly. I row more than most people on the planet, and my lower back's never bothered me in rowing, so you have a weak lower back, or you should get a belt, or you're not bracing very well. It's probably a combination of the 3. That's my advice. What up, Marco? What do you think about ammonia inhalants? I think they're good once in a while. As far as I know, the half-life, or the biological half-life of ammonia is a couple days. So doing it every day is probably not a good idea for your brain. But every couple of days is probably fine. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure the biological half-life of ammonia is a couple days. So it's not shit you want building up in your system necessarily. So Juji Mufu is probably gonna have like an aneurysm or something. Hopefully not, but for me they're nice because I only have one nostril that works, so they clear my sinuses up pretty well. Every max effort was too much. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely only use it for max effort. It's not something we should be using between like every set warming up and shit, like before accessories and stuff, but definitely once in a while is no problem. What was like powerlifters used to do? They used to take ephedrine, yohimbe, and then do some nose torque right before they lift. Good shit. I think ephedrine's is it banned now in powerlifting? In the tested federations? I don't know. Any tips for someone who wants to train others? As a career, you really have to love training people. It's not the same as lifting. If I were you, if you're thinking about getting some kind of degree related to training people, I would first get like a PT certification and then start working at some shitty gym that will have you. It's gonna be a shitty gym if they hire someone just some shitty PT certification. But do it for a little while, see if you like it. It seems like it's glamorous, like, oh, I can choose my own hours and stuff, which is nice to an extent, but you really have to love training people. Most people burn out doing personal training and stuff. Becoming a coach of a school is harder unless you there's more like stuff you fall into. So, but I don't know, like best tip, you really gotta love training people if you're gonna do it for a living. If you don't love it, you'll be out of the industry in probably less than a year. Plus, you don't love it too, then your clients aren't gonna get a very good product. Can I do a big chalk off chat with Eric? I wish. I don't live by him anymore. He moved out of Wisconsin, so I'd love to though. David's Iron Chamber. I'm doing very well. How are you? Coffee's hot as fuck. I cheated on Dunkin' Donuts. I got some Starbucks for my birthday. That was a couple weeks ago. Last week. So I'm trying it out. It's a dark roast. I usually do light roast because I have more caffeine, so we'll see. No, I wish Eric lived here. I should message him, see if he's coming home tomorrow for Thanksgiving. So we can, like, work out or something. I'm sorry to hear lots of stress, man. I have a theory on stress. It's kind of related, I guess. It's that the human body is all bro science. You can only handle a certain amount of stress in a day. So, like, training is a stress, and it takes quite a bit of, like, let's say you can handle 100 stress, and training takes 80. So then if, like, to train well, I should say, to your max. And then if you have a shitty job that's taking 40 away, and you got a, shitty girlfriend or boyfriend that's taking 20 away, then you only have 40 to train, but you need 80 stresses, you know what I mean? That it's not, your training's gonna suffer. So my advice is try to arrange your life. It's hard, obviously, for most people. Try to arrange your life in a way that's as, stressless as possible. I arrange my life so I can start late at work. I usually don't start before 10 o'clock because I hate waking up early. Make sure not to date assholes. Bitches, whatever I'm calling. I date nice girls when I'm dating. Yeah, try to arrange your life a little bit to reduce stress. It's hard, obviously, you're in school and stuff, but if your career sucks, maybe think about changing careers. My training partner didn't come to the gym for 4 weeks. Was telling him to fuck off. After that, a good decision. I guess it depends why he wasn't coming. If he's just being a lazy asshole, you're probably better off without him. Because I always say you become the average of the 5 people you hang around most. And if he was some shitty person, he's probably bringing your average down. So depends, I guess. But if he's just a dick and not showing up ever, it's probably good that you told him to fuck off. That's a really dark roast, man. That is full-bodied. Do your lifts drop straight down once you swap exercises on Bulgarian? No. I mean, maybe they'll drop a little bit, but I tend to maintain most of the strength I build. But every time I've done a lift, when I come back to it, I usually start near or at where I left off. Because I mean, like, I'm doing other stuff. Like, I'm doing mostly like deadlift variations and squat variations. So, they're all pretty fucking similar. Working the same muscle, just in different ways. That's fucking hot too. Jesus Christ. I don't know, what was this guy saying? Oh man, you were in the hurricane. That sucks. Oh, dude, I'm sorry about your dog. That sucks. Losing a dog's not fun. My childhood dog, she had like terminal cancer and made to put her down, which is really sad. It really affected me at a young age. I was in like 7th grade, I think. That really sucked. So I feel for you, man. Also killed a couple cats too, but cat's not the same as a dog. But I'm sorry, man. That sucks. Just remember all the nice times you have with your dog, I guess. Best you can. Are you guys excited to bulk up like fucking crazy tomorrow? You Americans, at least. That's the thing I missed living in Norway probably the most was Thanksgiving. The last one I had last year was the first Thanksgiving I'd had in like 7 years, and it was amazing. Felt so good. I miss that so much in Norway, having Thanksgiving. It's like my favorite holiday. You just eat a shit ton and hang out with your family. It's amazing. Unless you get your family, then maybe it's not so much fun. I like my family. I think I'm going to my mom's place. I think my brother and my nieces are coming up too, and his girlfriend. It's totally fun. I'm gonna eat so much fucking turkey. Love it. All dark meat. I'm a dark meat kind of guy. Any more lifting related questions? Come on, guys. Or life, whatever. I'm not really qualified to give life advice probably, but I'll do it. Oh, here we go. What do you have people do when they're not down for high frequency training, and what's the minimum days per week you think someone could get away with while still progressing? Minimum for Bulgarian, 5 a week probably, minimum. 6 better, 7 best. If you can train multiple times a day, probably even better. Most of my clients don't do super high frequency training. Most of my clients come in 4 times a week. Usually 2 with me and 2 by themselves. Sometimes 1 with me, sometimes 3 by themselves, whatever, depending on what stage they're at. But honestly, like, if you want to be like halfway strong, you need to be in the gym 4 times a week at least. Like 3's not going to cut it. 3 less isn't going to cut it. It'll cut it at the beginning, but you're never going to get very far. Yeah, and really with none of my like one-on-one clients I do high frequency with, most people don't have the time or energy to come in the gym max out 7 days a week. So, does it bother you walking down the street stronger than most guys and no one knows? Wait, hold on. Does it bother you walking down the street stronger than most guys and no one knows? I mean, I don't really care. I know I'm stronger than most people. Let's see. Hey, David Evans. I hope things go better for you, man. I feel for you. I'm with you. Deb doing full body since it's less than 5 days. Like full body? No, not usually. I mean, it depends what their goals are. A lot of clients, we usually do like a push day and a pull day and alternate. So it'll be like, this is complete, just random for example, but squat and bench and bent over row, and then we'll say deadlift and overhead press and pull-ups. Next day I'll switch between that and stuff. It's kind of full body, I guess, but we usually push and pull. Again, it depends on where they're at, what they're doing. Do quite a bit of single leg accessories, sometimes single arm ones depending. Lots of pulling. I make sure all my clients are able to row more than they can bench. That's my goal always. So, for example, how to stop leaning forward on squats when lifting heavy. Get stronger quads. Get better at bracing. Those 2 things. Typically. I want to mess with your stance also. Some people's stance can make a difference if they're leaning too far forward. You might be going too wide or too narrow or whatever. What is a good way to hit shoulders? Is overhead pressing of any type with pronated grip kills my shoulder. But doing a neutral angled forward press with cables similar to jammer press. Any good? That's probably fine. You might want to try a landmine press, especially the half kneeling version or kneeling. That is very, very easy on the shoulders and hits your shoulders pretty hard. What else? That's pretty good. Landmine press is really good for people with shoulder issues, or like regular overhead pressing bothers you. Always good. Thinking about running a Wisconsin method block for a month during my winter break. Thinking about doing trap bar deadlifts during the block. Any other lifts you recommend? Any deadlift variation really. So like behind the back, Jeffersons, trap bar, V bar, V grip was pretty fun. I like that. New trap bars. The trap bar you can usually go pretty far with. You can usually get a couple weeks out of that, depending on where you start. But I go and hit after trap bar, probably be some lunges. I would do some lunges after that. If you have a safety squat bar, that'd be perfect. Or some kind of like Bulgarian split squat variation, either like the Bugenhagen variation or a regular barbell in the back, or you can do a Zercher one even. That'd be pretty cool. Would I recommend push press over the strict military or vice versa? For beginners, I usually do strict presses first. Most people don't have the body awareness to effectively do a push press. So, that's what I do. I think sometimes with women, if they're not able to strict press the barbell, I'll have them do push presses starting out, assuming they have some kind of athletic background. But other than that, mostly most people do strict press first. I think it's a better lift personally. Always lose balance doing lunges. One thing that helps is look in front of you as far as you are tall. So if you're 6 feet tall, look about 6 feet in front of you. If you're 5 feet tall, look 5 feet in front of you. And find like one spot on the ground about that distance and just stare at the whole time you're doing single leg stuff. Usually helps with balance. What do I think of true Norwegian black metal? Like Mayhem and stuff, it's I think the stories around them are better than the actual music. This stuff's fine, but I don't know, like, it is what it is. It's the music combined with all the shit they did makes it fun, but I don't really listen to a whole lot. So I can do 315 on the trap bar for triple. Should I start with 315 for heavy single on my first day, or heavier or lighter? Yeah, if you've never done ball game before, I'd probably just go through 315 for a single, and then try to add 5 to 10 pounds every day, and just kind of go nuts. I'd strap up if I were you. So if you're deadlifting every day, your hands are gonna get torn up a lot. So especially on trap bars, they usually have those like wicked fucking knurling for some reason. So I'd probably strap up, belt up. Yeah, just start at 315 and then go from there. What do you think about Alpha Destiny? I like Alpha Destiny. He's, he promotes not all the same stuff I do, but a lot of the stuff. He's name dropped me a couple times, which is pretty sweet too. Seems to appreciate me and I appreciate him, so. It's good to have someone that's kind of YouTube famous who's promoting stuff beyond just fucking bodybuilding and powerlifting, so. Do I train women any different than men? I usually have women doing a little higher volume. Women typically recover a little faster. So if a guy's doing 5 sets of 5, a woman might have to do 6 sets of 5, for example. And that's completely random. But yeah, usually women a little higher volume. Seem to recover faster, so. Or recover better from more. That's about it. Same movements, typically. That's a specific aesthetic goal, but I mean, even then. Not a whole lot different. People are people. But yeah, women usually ever so slightly higher volume than men. It doesn't mean necessarily doing more reps or more sets. It could be either, but it just depends. I guess one of the first things I do with women often is, if they're not able to train them to get their first pull-up, because I think if they're really far away from that, then a push-up at least. Because I think a lot of women's minds, when they go to the gym, like a pull-up's impossible to them. So I like to show them that things like that aren't impossible. I have a girl, I posted a video of her on my channel once. She did a 155 Bugenhagen squat or something. She's like super tiny. She's like that's over her body weight. And she's been trained for a few months, but like I just had her max out in that because I wanted to show her that I was capable, and like we worked on getting her pull up a lot in the beginning. So after we got her pull ups, her like all of our other lifts went up a lot too, just because her confidence went way up. So that's about it. I make sure to tell women not to wear high heels because that's like the worst thing in the world for your body. If you have a girlfriend or a mom or a wife, try and tell them not to wear high heels. So bad. Like in my opinion, they're probably the equivalent health-wise of smoking cigarettes in different ways, obviously, but just as bad for you. Not gonna give you cancer, but they'll fuck up your Achilles and hips and back and everything, shoulders. God, this coffee's fucking dark. Jesus. Gonna, like dissolve my mouth. It's so dark. Yeah. Can you do an Alan Thrall or Ripito impression? I guess my Alan Thrall impression is purposely talking with a deeper voice than I actually have. I don't know. That wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. He definitely does that though. Trying to like sound manlier or something. Ripito, isn't he like just drunk all the fucking time? I don't know. I don't know how that guy like how Mark Ripito became anything. He's never done anything himself. He's never coached anyone of note even. Like at Coach K and stuff, like Mike Krzyzewski, like he wasn't a great, like didn't do anything of note playing basketball, but he at least coached greats and like won shit. But Ripito is just fucking retarded. I shouldn't have used that word. It's a bad word to use. Mentally deficient. The people like Alan Thrall who peddle his shit are too. More on exercise comparison. Out of the possibly hundreds of row variations, which would you label as your top 3? Cheaty. Oh, that's tough. I like Yates rows a lot, like Cheaty Yates rows. You get really good stretch out of them. Sorry, my contacts are being weird. Cheaty Yates rows. Probably, I don't know, these aren't in any order necessarily. These are top 3 though. Cheaty Yates rows. Slightly Cheaty Penlay row. And a supinated Meadows row. I'll say those are my top 3. Oh, shit. I don't know. Take away the Penlay row, replace that with the Croc row. Also cheaty. I'll take those. I really like unilateral stuff for rowing. I think it's really good for injury prevention for one thing. It's good for fixing imbalances, good for athletes. His Call to Fame is being coached by Bill Starr. Was he actually coached by Bill Starr, or did he just steal Bill Starr's stuff? Like, Bill Starr's thing was like for football players in the offseason who were just like getting their strength back that they already had developed previously. It wasn't fucking for beginners to... the weird thing I see on Reddit, it's so weird. Like, people are like, oh, starting strength is so good because it's so simple. And like, beginners will be confused by terms like AMRAP. Like, they can't open up Google and Google what AMRAP means. Like, people like think these like beginners, this like mythical, fragile creature that, oh god, bugs the shit out of me. I'm glad. I don't understand that at all. Like, they're not fragile. Like I've said before, my beginners like pretty much go to a max after they learn the movement. We go up to pretty close to their max, just because it builds confidence and shows them they're capable of it. I've never had one get hurt. Never. Years of training, having beginners max out, never got hurt. What up, Fit World Exposed? What's up, Phil? Thank you, man. I love your channel too. If you guys haven't seen them, you should check out our interviews. I think part 2 is especially good. Yeah, like, beginners aren't fragile, and they don't need to be on linear progression right away. Oh fuck, what's happening? Oh shit. Yeah, you don't need to be on linear progression right away. You don't need like force noob gains and get strong as fast as you can because you're a noob. Like, build a fucking base. If you're an athlete or something, go ahead, go on some linear progression program. But you need to build a base as a beginner. You need to be like learning different exercises more than just fucking 3, doing 1 set of 5 deadlifts once a week. Like, you need to build a base if you're just off the couch. So if you guys have friends who just came off the couch, did you have, yeah. Did I watch Eric and Juji's? I watched their first one, and I saw their that podcast that I think it's Juji's cameraman put up. I didn't see if they did a second collab though. If they did, I'll have to check it out. Does it matter what training split you use? Seems most people reach their natural potential after 3 to 5 years. That's not true. I think most people reach their natural laziness potential at 3 to 5 years. I have been steadily gaining strength for more than 5 years now. That like 3 to 5 years thing is not true at all. Most of it just effort dwindles as people get older. Effort and interest. A lot of people are interested the first year or so, and their interest goes to the tank. Or they're training in a way that they get injured so that they don't ever get strong. The whole like natural limit stuff's bullshit. Well, muscle gains, maybe. I mean, maybe 3 to 5 years. I put on size. I've been training more than 5 years. This past year I put on almost 10 pounds and I haven't gotten any fatter, so. exactly. Nick 0K, my Canadian brother. You gotta try harder. How much coffee do I drink in a day? I myself sit around 7 to 10 cups. And what's your favorite brand type to drink? I'm usually around 10 cups a day. Today, like I said, I only had 2 today. This is my 3rd one, which is insanely low for me. That's why I have a headache. But I normally go with Dunkin' Turbo, which I still have some left, actually. Where's this shit? This is my go-to. Dunkin' Turbo. What is this? There we go. Shit's good. It's got like a little bit of espresso in there. It's a medium roast. High caffeine. It's good. And I got some other ones for my birthday. I got some, what we got here? This stuff's pretty good. Cameron's French roast. And then the stuff I'm drinking now, which is honestly a little dark for my taste, but this is Sumatra Starbucks stuff. I buy fancy stuff once in a while too, like, switch it up. What do we got here? I don't know. I'll try these stuff, like they get like a sampler, like chocolate macadamia, like candy shit. Yeah, Dunkin' Turbo's good. It's not as strong as like Death Wish, but it's, you know, I like the taste of coffee too, so I don't do it just for caffeine, mostly caffeine, but also taste. But yeah. What was I talking about? Yeah, like natural limit. It's more of like a, I don't know. People always think there's a natural limit for stuff. Like people thought the 4-minute mile was impossible until someone did it. Then within like 2 months, like 5 other people did it, I think. 1,000-pound deadlift was impossible for a while, and a bunch of people do it. 1,000-pound squat was impossible. People do that. So it's just, it takes one person to do that. I think the next barrier in athletics is the 2-hour marathon. It's gotten really close recently to that Nike event, but I'm sure the second someone breaks the 2-hour marathon within a year, probably like 5 or 6 others will do it. It's just a mindset. Eric always talks about the mindset stuff, but it's really true. 1,000-pound ox lift. It's coming. It's coming. I'm gonna try to hit 600 in the band the back ox lift today. So we'll see. I think I'll be good for 650 running a cycle of this. So that'll be pretty sweet. It's that just goes to show that someone asked earlier about losing strength. Like last time I did behind the back deadlifts, I got up to 600. And that was a grinder, and this is a harder variation of basically the same lift. And I did 550 so easily yesterday, and I'll probably hit 600 pretty easily today, assuming everything goes to plan. So, talk about losing strength, you don't really, as long as you're being consistent. Actually, a question about coffee. The recommended dose of caffeine for adults is around 400 milligrams from what I find on the internet. You and Eric drink a ton of coffee. Opinions on that? I built up to it over some time. I didn't just go from, 0 coffee to 10 cups a day. For the first few years I drank coffee, I was probably 1 a day, and it slowly trickled up after that. But it's probably not the best for you, but I think the human body is very good at adapting to stuff. We have we got some samples of fucking, where are they? There we go. Like the strong C4 shit. We got some samples a while ago here at work, and what was that? Let me see. I'll be accurate here. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure it's 350 milligrams of caffeine. Might be wrong. Oh, come on. What doesn't it say? Oh yeah, 300 milligrams of caffeine. And one day I had to work out early, and I took 2 of them at the same time, so I had 600 milligrams right off the bat, and I was fine. It's probably not the best for you, but it's whatever. Do I drink cold brew? Sometimes. I like the, for some reason, I don't know if it's the heat of coffee or something, or it's the acid does something when you brew it normally, but I seem to get more of the caffeine effect from regularly brewed coffee, even though it has less caffeine, I believe. So I don't know what that is, but it might be placebo or something. Or it's the heat of it or something. Something about it. This is a really fucking dark coffee. I do love coffee though. It's good. I take pre-workout sometimes. I just checked the LD50 lethal dose for 50% of humans, and it said 80 to 100 cups of coffee. Yeah, it's a lot, I know. There's some coffee company in Australia, I believe, and they sell a cup of coffee that has half a lethal dose. So that'd be 40 cups or whatever, I guess, 40, 50 cups worth. But it has to be like drank very hot because the amount of like caffeine you can dissolve in a liquid changes by temperature, and if it gets too cold, it'll start like becoming a solid in there or something, but it doesn't, like, there's not enough water for it dissolving. Alright, I thought of supplement or implementing coffee, but as you start off with, yeah, it says there's a small cup, but yeah, a couple days fine. Bruce Lee's a fucking man. Yeah, just start with a little bit. Don't, like, I drink it late at night because it doesn't affect my sleep. I know a lot of people's sleep gets affected by it, but I wouldn't drink it like later than 8 hours before you're planning on going to sleep that night, probably. So if you're going to bed at 10 o'clock, don't drink it after 2, at least the first couple times. If you're not used to caffeine, like if you don't drink soda or anything especially. But I love coffee. But yeah, it's good. What's you guys got for me? Come on. Oh, what's your Zercher deadlift from the floor PR? I never really did them. I did like for 2 days only. I think I did, I don't know, it's on my channel. I think I did 365, 385. But those really don't feel good to me. Those feel like something I'd get hurt in. I have really short arms and I'm not the most flexible in the planet, so like I was like at or slightly past end ranges of motion doing that lift, and I'm not a big fan of lifts like that, so never really worked them very hard. Any type metal recommendations? Trying to get so hyped I snap my shit up. Let's see what I've been listening to lately. Hold on. I'll give you a good one. Yeah. Do you want robot legs or robot arms? Robot arms, because I want big ass muscular legs. Maybe get some like normal length arms then. We actually, today we measured it, measured my arm, my wingspan. So my wingspan is, what was it? I don't remember the distance. It was 4.5 inches shorter than my height, and I have pretty broad shoulders. So we measured my arm length compared to another guy I work with, and he's about an inch taller than me, and his arms were, the arm itself was, I think like 4 inches longer than mine. I have such short fucking arms. Yeah, hold on. I'll bring some metal recommendations for you. Where's it? What do you think of cheat curls? I myself can cheat dumbbell curls. Wisconsin method for 3 weeks and went from doing 40s to 80s. Train straight curls my waist. Yeah, I mean, if it works, most pulling movements, which I guess technically a biceps or a curl is a biceps or is a pulling movement, is good. Alright, here you go. Metal recommendations. I was listening to Norma Jean this week. I haven't heard them since I was in high school. So I thought I'd check them out. Some of their stuff's pretty good. Every Time I Die is my go-to. Iron Maiden sometimes. That's kind of lame. Pantera. I was listening to some As I Lay Dying recently. It was more metalcore, but I'm going to see August Burns Red, which is also metalcore, in January with a buddy of mine. It should be kind of fun. What's up listening to today? Gotta go Black Sabbath, of course. Some Slayer, some Anthrax, sometimes some Megadeth. Mastodon, some good shit. Camelot, if you're into that kind of metal. Depends what you're into, really. Some Powerwolf can be good. Oh shit, we got some questions here. I'm 6'3" and have a 6'5" wingspan and progress nicely. Yeah, I bet. I almost wanted to, like, yeah, my behind the back deadlifts are rough for me. If I had like normal arms, I think I'd be so much better at them. I train pretty much full body 7 days a week. Obviously a beginner if I can get away with that. Any guess on when it'll be too much for me? I'm excited for that. I mean, if it's gonna work until it works, like any program. full body 7 days a week, you're probably going to burn out relatively quickly with that. I mean, it depends if you're monitoring your volume, how well you're monitoring your volume. If you're just going full ham on your entire body every day, you're not going to progress very much pretty quickly. But it's a good way to get a bunch of different lifts in and you know, build a good foundation just by getting a bunch of lifts in. But it depends on you, really. Batushka, Grand Magus, and Sifram. I've heard of Grand Magus. I've heard of those other two. That sounds. I'll check them out. What do you think of the best unconventional exercise for upper body strength? Z press for sure. I'm a big fan of the Z press. I have a lot of my clients do the Z press. Dips for sure. Pull ups. Any kind of row really. Yates, Meadows, bend over, pen lay, whatever. Yeah, those are the best ones for upper body strength. Lots of pulling. Let's see. So you're doing full body with very low volume, 1 rep max or 5 rep max. So like, how are you splitting up your days? Are you doing the same thing every single day, full body? Are you like you're doing like a press, a pull, a deadlift, and a squat every day, or what? How are you setting it up? I've been squatting twice a week, Monday, Thursday, upper, lower. How do I fit deadlifts in? I'd probably put them on squatting twice a week, Monday, Thursday. Wait, so you're squatting Monday and Thursday, and then you're Tuesday, Friday, you're doing upper body? Is that what you're doing? I'd put them in probably any day. I'd put them in first day of the week probably. Enter people that get shoulder pain from dips or recurse. So, dips is what you do. Get your shoulder pain. I'm gonna try and show this as best I can. People when they dip, they're all upright and their shoulders come back here, right? That's what pain causes. So what I do with dips, and I teach people to do, is a dip should look like a bent over row. So instead of being straight up like here in the dips, you're hinging at the hips and you're dipping here, right? So it should look like a row. If I'm doing a bent over, like a pretty high bent over row, I'm rowing here. It should look the same with dips. You're hiking your hips up, or you're hinging at the hips, keeping them there the whole time, even if you're weighted and you're rowing or you're doing dips there. Should hopefully eliminate your shoulder pain. That's the best way to do dips, honestly. Probably get more chest involved too. Not as much of a stretch, but let's see. Yeah, I do King Jangles. I do deadlifts on probably the first day of the week. If you're gonna do deadlifts at all, why do you need to do deadlifts? That's my question. Thoughts on the man Clarence Kennedy, mostly the fact that he does 5x5 on squats every day. I think Clarence Kennedy is a very strong athlete. I think he mysteriously put on a lot of muscle mass suddenly, which is interesting with his squatting 5x5 every day, which is whatever. I don't give a shit, but if it works for him, that's the thing. Like, gotta find what works for you. If 5x5 everyday squatting works for you, then do it. I found your channel through Eric's. Did you ever wrestle? I'm trying to figure out what exercises make you strong as fuck. I have not wrestled, no. But if you want to be strong as fuck for wrestling, a lot of zerchers, lots of single leg stuff, lots of hip stuff. Low, very wide stance box squats, zerchers, and Bulgarian split squats and lunges. Way to go. And lots of rows too. Pull a shit ton. I had shoulder pain while bench pressing and used reverse grip bench press and had no shoulder pain. Yeah. That's something to do. It depends on what you're dipping on. If you can set up 2 boxes, you might feel more comfortable. If you can do like a reverse grip with your hands, you're doing like dips there, it might help too. Or reverse grip bench. Yeah, dips. Try to. It was an American Nightmare. I only mentioned it since I saw him with Norma Jean. I have not. American Nightmare. I'll look them up though. I'm gonna write this shit down. American Nightmare. Oh shit. American Nightmare. Is it All American Nightmare? Wait, no. Fuck. So Paul does a different squat movement every day. Squat or lunge variation, a deadlift variation, a push 3 days, pull 3 days, 1 day skull crushers. If it's working for you, Paul, I mean, keep fucking doing it. I would just make sure you're monitoring your volume, like your total volume. How to get a girlfriend. Treat women nicely. Treat them equally to how you treat men, and then you get a girlfriend. Manscape. Number 2. Epic mustache. You should have seen it. I fucked it up today. My mustache was so nice. It was like I was able to curl it and stuff now. So I had wax. But then I was tripping it because it was getting a little bushy up in here. And I fucked it up because I was like a little bit here, and I fucked it up in the second one. So I just shave it mostly. Do you know any good grip exercises for grappling? So when you're grappling, you're mostly holding on to like bigger things. You're not holding on to someone's like finger, right? So you're holding on to like people's arms or whatever. So I would do a lot of fat bar stuff. I would do a lot of like chems to crush, probably plate pinches. Plate pinches are a really good and easy one to do just at the end of a workout. Just take like 10-pound plates, 3 or 4 of them, or 5, you're really good. And just hold them like this, and just, you know, hold them at your side and squeeze the shit out of them. Here we go, back number. Other than that, yeah, chems crush, fat bar stuff. Fat bar dead hangs if you can. Give up the ghost. Oh yeah, just bring it over. For music, look up Protest the Hero. I remember, of course you want a Canadian hardcore punk band. I remember listening to them in high school actually. I don't remember their music, but I remember the name of the band. I'll do some Protest the Hero today, just for you, my Canadian brother. How is Marcus so light yet so strong? Because he maxes out all the damn time. That's why Marcus Bruvik, you should check out his channel if you're not subscribed. That's why he's so strong for being so little, because he maxes out all the damn time. He maxes out something pretty much every day. Thoughts on Jason Blaha? I think he's hilarious. I'm glad he's around still. I'm always curious if he actually is self-aware and knows that he's making shit up, or if he actually believes the stuff he's saying. I think, honestly, for a while I thought he was just crazy, now I think he's just trolling. Who knows though? He pisses so many people off, and I think that's hilarious. People who piss other people off are kind of funny. Without like being in, you know, I mean, let's see, yeah. Oh, he's open about it, Clarence Kennedy, about not being an idiot. That's good. I think as long as people are, you know, open about whatever. Have I had shawarma? Of course. I love food. I think a good thing for grappling probably some kind of twisting exercise too. Get like you tap to rope, like weights at the end, you like twist it up, you know? That'd probably be good too. What up, Caden? Yeah, blah. I kind of feel bad for Blaha. I think some people have taken it too far with him. Like, there's a lot of channels like devoted just to like making fun of him, which is, and he deserves all of it. He definitely does deserve all of it, but I feel a little bad for him. Am I gonna be on PS4 later? Probably actually. I got Battlefront 2, which is, it's kind of a letdown, but it's still fun to play. Probably I'll be on. Ever had a back injury? No. Bulging dismunted. What munted means? By conventional, not experimenting with Jefferson hack squats. Would like to go back to conventional. Does eventually though. Why do you want to go back to conventional? That's my question. If it hurt you, especially, there. Why not just do behind the back or Jefferson? Are traps gay? I'm not sure a muscle group can be gay, but I'll have to ask. I don't know. No, ignore powerlifters. Like, no, don't ignore powerlifters. I shouldn't say that. Ignore people who think that squat, bench, and deadlift are only three things that exist. Oh, what femboys? I don't know. If they're gay, they're gay. If they're not gay, then they're not gay. I don't know. Fucking know. Be whatever the fuck you want to be. What do I think about Louis Simmons versus American weightlifting coaches? Oh, that's tough. I think Louis Simmons has a lot of good points where he's saying like a lot of American weightlifters are weak and worry too much about technique and stuff. Whereas you look at the Chinese and Russians are a lot stronger typically than the American weightlifters. Not across the board, of course, but in general. And clearly the American weightlifters are doing something wrong because we haven't won a gold or any medal of that, for that matter, in the men's, I think, since like 1982 or 4. So something's fucked up. I think Louis Simmons simplifies Olympic weightlifting a little too much, saying it's just like doing a, what does he say? It's like doing a snatch grip deadlift into a snatch grip high pull into a overhead squat or something. Whatever he says, I don't know, but yeah, he oversimplifies it too much, but he has a lot of good points saying that we're weak because something's fucked up. And it's not just like it's partly the steroids, but it's not just that. There's plenty of other sports where we dominate Russia and China, and that are also very niche sports. So it's not just the steroids thing. There's I think the coaching across the board, not across the board, almost across the board, is bad in the U.S. And a lot of American weightlifters aren't willing to try new stuff that they don't add in bodybuilding typically, and I don't know. Let's see. By the way, after I run the Wisconsin method and go back to my regular training, how much of the strength I gain will remain? Depends on the purpose a little bit, but probably most of it. It depends, especially in the big movements. If you did like just like decline bench, you probably might not retain that much. But if you're doing like a trap bar deadlift or like some kind of squat variation, then let's see. Thoughts on weighted dead hangs for grip strength? They can be good. Just be careful. Like, don't completely relax because it's a good way to fucking tear your spine out. Let's see. That's part of it too. Is the Chinese and Russians start earlier than the Americans, but again, there's other sports where, like gymnastics, for example. They start early in the U.S., but they're like they start earlier in China even, and they have more steroids, if you want to call it, better steroids. And the Americans are still competitive in that, so it's not just the steroids, it's not just the culture. I think it's honestly just, I don't know, Americans are stuck in their ways too much with weightlifting.
You want to see the face of true pain?
Yes.
So
Ooh, would you like to double
view? Well, not this one.
Okay.
Shit.
Hold on a second.
So it's for three. It's 6 plates.
Oh, 6 plates.
6 plates for 3 reps.
Jeez.
But the bungee makes it pull this way. So I hit my pelvic, my fucking pubic symphysis, and nearly dude, it hurt so bad. Because it pulls it this way more, and I couldn't keep it up on my hip flexor. And so the fucker pulls down right here, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It hurts so bad.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Here's a good form one. 5 plates for 5. That's actually smooth. Oh shit.
He's doing barbell humps. Banded. There you go.
495 for 5.
Nice. Those purple bands are pretty rough too.
Yeah.
Those aren't light bands.
Right.
Nice. Those look good.
For sure. But yeah, dude, oh my god. How did I thought I chipped a bone? I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. There's plenty of American lifters that have good recovery methods available too, though. A lot of those people are rich. Not a lot, I should say. Some are, though. When do you think sport-specific training should start for athletes in high school?
It should start from like 5 now.
That's insane. It's funny because this is completely anecdotal, but everyone I knew growing up who like started specifying in one sport from a young age never turned out to be the best athlete in that sport. Like there was a kid, he was on like traveling team starting in 2nd grade for basketball, and when we got to high school he wasn't even like top 10 on the team. I think you just lose out on some athleticism by not trying different sports. obviously a lot of people, like, if you really want to be good at weightlifting, I'd start earlier, but for actual sports, not weightlifting related sports, then high school. That's smart. In Canada, getting targeting gymnasts or former gymnasts for weightlifting. That's interesting. Thoughts on eating raw onions for gains? Is it a meme? Probably. That sounds disgusting. What's my favorite part about Wisconsin? The milk and milk products. And then Midwestern hose. No, I love milk and milk products. So everyone's really nice in Wisconsin. People hold the door for you, say thank you. It's nice. Yeah, raw garlic's a thing. Raw garlic, it'll make you smell terrible and make your mouth taste terrible, but definitely good for recovery. Usually if I start feeling cold coming on, I'll eat a bunch of raw garlic the whole time. Gotta drink that thing slow. I'm gonna go for like 10 minutes, guys, and I gotta actually work out. But, yeah, I don't know what raw onions would do for you. What's that got in vitamin A? But yeah, for non-weightlifting related sports, and I think most athletes are way better off, or not gymnasts too, better off not specializing until high school. Did I ever sacrifice sleep and or social life to be excellent at something? And to an extent. There I was in high school running like in track and stuff. Even though that was social, I wasn't like going out or anything. So I was like, and there's like times where like friends will go out drinking, I won't join them because I know I want to lift heavy tomorrow. So to an extent, I've sacrificed like social life, but for the most part, I've done whatever I want. Drinking's fun once in a while. I don't enjoy drinking like all the time. But, yeah, I mean, a little bit. Not much. Favorite team sport? Baseball probably. Favorite one to watch? Hockey. I think baseball is probably my favorite, just I like the analytical side of it. Just kind of boring, but I enjoy that. Then second favorite sports probably basketball, then football, then hockey. I like watching hockey the most, which makes no sense, but I did 4s and 8s in track mostly. 8's my first 2 years in high school, and 4's after that. Favorite subject in school was math. No, well, yeah, physics, I guess I should say. My favorite book, if you say anything about Ayn Rand, I'm going to be heartbroken. I've actually read Atlas Shrugged. Wow, what a load of horse shit that is. It's a long load of horse shit. Favorite book is probably Beautiful and Damned by F. Scott Fitzgerald. But I did 400s, mostly in track. Pretty good at them. Did a few 200s, but I wasn't doing quite the top end speed for that. How often do I train back a week? It depends what movement I'm doing. Like I was doing those seated good mornings. That was a week straight or whatever. So every day. I mean, I do some deadlift variation almost every day, so I work my back every day to some extent. 441 is good, yeah. I like some, I was actually, Ray Bradbury was born in Waukegan, Illinois, which is where I was originally born. I only lived there for a few years though, but a lot of his stories take place in like a fictional version of Waukegan. It's kind of funny. Talk about the valley a lot. Meditations on Marcus Aurelius. Some good stuff. Good Stoic. Collab with Alan Throut. If you invited me out, I'd go. I'd go live with him, honestly. Dallas Stars are pretty exciting. I'm a Blackhawks fan, of course. Not a bandwagon Blackhawks fan like most Blackhawks fan, but... I mean, I'm doing reaction vid. I'm not that kind of channel. I just do lazy shit. I'm too lazy to make a reaction vid. But I talk shit about him a lot. sure if maybe you're new, I don't know. I talk about Alan because he's just, oh god, he's everything wrong with the fitness community. Thoughts on vegan gains? That dude's fucking crazy. No, I know you're not new, Marco. You've been around a while. Yeah, vegan gains. He's dude, I would definitely collab with Blaha. I would love to like do a Skype interview or something with him. I don't know what the fuck we talk about even, but yeah, you Canadians, you do a lot of cool stuff, but you have a lot of shitty people from your country. They got Justin fucking Bieber and Nickelback, but then you have like Justin Trudeau. So I don't know, you have like all the greatest people on the planet and all the fucking worst at the same time. It's weird. I don't know. This man that got Alpha Destiny, we might do a collab. You guys should comment on his videos, tell him to do a collab with me. We might do like a Skype thing though. Drive to Quebec. Quebec's, Canada's so far away. It's French Canada. I don't want to go with French people. I could debate blah. But it'd only be fun debating him if he didn't have internet access while we did it. Jason Genova. Him I feel bad for too, like people taking advantage of him. Like Alpha's probably a cool dude if he drops the Alpha X stuff. Shit's amazing. Yeah, tell him to interview me. I have 5 more minutes, dudes. Definitely dudes. No girls watching this.
That's a fair generalization.
Yeah. If one of you is a girl out there,
props.
We should probably get married. Yeah, props. You can like see the data, like what's like who's watching your channel, and I have 1% women.
Really?
Yeah, which I'm surprised it's even that high. I don't know who that is, but
there and I covered it.
Yeah, right. It's by Chelsea and.
Oh, it's hilarious. Do you think of training in Chelsea synonymously?
Yeah. Right.
Oh goodness.
I got 5 minutes still. But see ya. I don't know. I was talking bullshit this entire hour. Happy holidays to you, man. Have a good Thanksgiving if you're American. Check out Fucked Up and American Nightmare. I will, man. Yeah, ox lift, behind the back ox lift again. 600 pounds probably. Biggest training regret. Ooh. I don't know. I'm not sure I have any.
Not learning everything you know earlier.
Yeah.
Is impossible.
Yeah, not lifting earlier than or not lifting for strength earlier than I did. Huh. I don't know. Cause I ran a lot in high school, and I'm kind of glad in a way because it taught a hell of a work ethic.
It's
running and
it's
like
about mental toughness.
Yeah. Which I think a lot of people work out like if all they do is like do powerlifting in high school, they never really develop that mental toughness. Whereas like real sports develop that.
True. It's the only thing endurance does for you.
Yeah, for real.
No.
So. I was probably doing minimalist bullshit and getting catastrophically injured. Yep, that'll do it. 1 set of 5 deadlifts a week is not doing it. And Bosu ball goblet squats. No, I'm not doing that. Jesus Christ. What? Who backtracks? Do I go on Art Fitness? I troll on Art Fitness once in a while and like put my stuff up there for form checks. There was one I was doing Zercher squats and I was like, those are Zercher cycles, and I was like, oh, the squat rack's always taken in my gym, so I'm doing these. Can you give me a form check? And in the background of the video, there's like 2 open squat racks. But like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
That's amazing.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Mine's doing your biggest regret's doing bro splits for the first couple of years in high school. That's what everyone did though.
Yep.
In high school, I would like go and like work up to a max bench, like not knowing how to bench, and then like like a little bit less weight and do as many reps as possible for one set, and then lower up the fucking leg press as much weight as possible, and then do curls. That was every day in the gym, which did not help my running at all. Made it worse probably. If ever injured for some reason, like with dry needling, I have a phobia of syringes, so I don't think dry needling would be very good for me. But I'm sure it's fine. Have I tried Jefferson ox lifts? Not yet. I might try them after the stalls. I know, but it's just close enough to syringes. The needles would probably freak me out. Blood and stuff doesn't bother me. It's just syringes. Have you done dry needling?
On people, not on me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Ox tire flips. What the fuck? You guys want me to die, I think. I ran cross country in high school and university. My biggest regret was not training legs because I thought running was good enough. Yeah, same. I wish I would have done a lot more hamstring stuff for sure. Definitely regret that. I would have been a lot faster sprinter, for one thing. If you look at pictures of me when I was in high school, I was like super skinny, obviously. I was like 140 pounds when I graduated high school. But I was just like, no glutes. I don't know how I was fast. That makes no sense. That's really interesting. Ox pulls above the knee. Thing with that, like when I did the below the knee one, and that felt pretty good, but I think above the knee just wouldn't have much of a purpose. Like the best thing about the ox lift is that you have to brace all weird. The brace so fucking hard because you're bracing for two things at once basically, and if you're just moving it a few inches, it would kind of defeat the perfect. Ox pole vault. I tried pole vault once. I couldn't even get in the air. No idea what the fuck I was doing. Yeah, that's the thing. I guess my regret when I very first started lifting, I fucked around too much. Yeah, I totally agree. It's all straddling stuff. I don't know, like training videos don't get as many views as like the informative videos, which is kind of weird, I think. I don't understand it. Like, I'll do a lift with like 400 pounds and it'll get 1,000 views, and then like a week later I do with 700 pounds and I get like 100 views. Makes no sense. YouTube makes no fucking sense. Then I do some like bullshit thing talking about accessories and it gets a shit ton of views. I don't know. Makes no sense. YouTube makes no sense to me. All of my most watched videos aren't even my PRs in those lifts. Makes no sense. I totally agree, man. Getting life advice from us douchebags is probably not the best idea. I'm a douche. We're all YouTube fitness people are douches. We don't know any better than you guys do, probably. I just like lifting heavy things. It's really, I don't like my channel is just a training log, really. That's why it started. I just wanted to see what I was doing previously. I was doing softball in 7th grade, competed in Raiders, JROTC sport, a couple years in high school. Don't know if I consider that an athletic background. Also dabble in martial arts. It depends. That's some kind of athletic background. You don't necessarily need to be like a high-level athlete to have an athletic background, but have I ever had my taint licked? No, I have not.
Let's try that.
Maybe I should try it. Maybe I like it. Or maybe it'd be really weird. I don't know. I'm pretty hairy. I don't think it'd be very pleasurable for yeah. Sure. Oh, definitely. Oh, now it'd be like licking fucking like a shag carpeting probably. For whoever's doing the licking.
Your dental floss when you're done.
Yeah, right. I pick hair out of their teeth. I got a hairy butthole. Oh shit. I might have some pre-workout. That coffee wasn't very strong.
Woo. When are you lifting tomorrow?
Probably 10-ish. I'm gonna work fast. Oh, fuck, I don't have any water in here. Oh, there's a little water there. Name some things you're really glad you did right in terms of lifting early in your life. Lifted, like, pushing my limits right from the get-go. I'm glad I did that, because, you know, There's a guy who trains at the gym here, and he did starting strength for like 3.5 years, and didn't max out once in that time. That's fucking weird. So yeah, I'm glad I had a really good work ethic starting out just from like my playing sports and stuff. So I'm really glad I'm glad I pushed it hard from the beginning and built a good base. I did a bunch of different stuff. So I had a really good base going into when I wanted to start training purely for strength. How do I fix my shitty bracing? Get better at bracing. It depends, really. What the fuck? Oh god, Caden, Jesus Christ. Fuck, dude. One thing's practicing bracing. Like, one of the things I do when I'm warming up, I put my belt on and just brace against it, even though I'm not lifting yet. I think that's a pretty good like cue to start with before you even start lifting.
Definitely. Brace the compounds with body weight.
Yeah. Exactly. Break stuff down. Do some ab-specific exercises can be good too. Just kind of feeling the brace is most of it. I don't know what else.
Pelvic tilts.
Yeah, pelvic tilts are good. And get a steel spine, yeah. Pause reps, yeah, that can be good for bracing, definitely. Zerchers are good because they force the bracing upon you.
That's true.
You'll literally like fold in half if you don't brace. So kind of just like, this is where the weight is. Like, Zerchers can be good. Yeah. Pause deadlifts. No, not pause deadlifts. It's the dumbest shit in the fucking world.
You always hate on
God damn it,
I've never done them, but you always hate
so stupid. Because that fucking Alan Thrall went to super training where it's like, yeah, I told you about that. God damn it. Fuck's wrong with that guy? Hiding how weak he is. Fuck, just do a fucking block pull. You're going to like focus on being tight at that specific spot. He's a fucking idiot. I've tried so hard not to bring up Alan Thrall. I always fucking do. He pisses me off. Oh, his views, he gets like fucking hundreds of thousands of views too. Regurgitating shitty advice. Alright, once I finish this, I'm done. One more question. Is that blue coffee? You know it? This is I haven't had the blue one yet. The blue C4?
It's good. Blue
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, exactly. If you're weak and you go to strength training, like you said, man, like then you should max out and get some really strong people giving you feedback. Instead of just like, I'm gonna do paused everything with 30% of my max. My nasty fucking beard.
You transfer over there.
Yeah. Oh god, fucking piss me off. Like I'd go there and fucking do a conventional deadlift even if they invited me. I debate whether I should unfollow Alan Thrall or not. Some of his advice is decent, but he seems so black and white about some stuff. Like, yeah, that's his biggest problem. He's so black and white and gives like universal cues for everything. Like, this is the only way you can squat. This is the only way you can deadlift. And like everyone's different, and that's what shitty coaches do. Oh. So, my advice: unfollow him. Don't encourage him. Lifting is not black and white. But, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get going, guys. I need to fucking lift. Christ, it's getting late. See you dudes. Thanks for joining.